Okay, we're going to be talking about two words, and but, which are called conjunctions. So these two words, and but, we use them when we want to connect a sentence, when we want to connect one part of an information to another part of an information. So we don't want to use a full stop. We want to say something, but then we want to add maybe some information, or we want to say but because we want to say something different. So that's why we use conjunctions, and there's many words in that are called conjunctions, but today we are going to be learning two of them. So the word and the word but. So let's have a look at them. Conjunctions. And then also we're going to use these words conjunctions to write about someone that we care about. So we can write about how we feel about someone by adding information, by saying and, or by saying but. So we're going to practice those two conjunctions when we talk or when we write about somebody that is very special, that is very dear, that we care about so much. So that's how we're going to practice these two words. Okay, but let's learn the rules first, and after we will write together. So you could see, as I said, they're called conjunctions. And the words are and but. Okay, and but. Now, you never start a sentence with and but. As you can see, it's in the middle. It's in the middle of a sentence. So if we look at but, okay, so I'm going to use the example from number 2b. It says, I live in Spain. Okay, that's one sentence. It starts with a subject, I, it has the verb live, and it tells us where, in Spain. And if you remember, in the last couple of lessons, we looked at using this preposition in, because we use in when we say in a country, you know, in a job. So I work in the teaching industry, or in a country, in a town, in a city. So this is one sentence. We know that there's a full stop. Okay, it's one complete sentence. But if I have a sentence also, I'm from Argentina. So I can see that I live in Spain. I'm from Argentina. It can't be the same information. It's different. Because if I live somewhere, it means that that's where I'm staying. It doesn't mean that I'm born there. It just means that right now, this is where my home is. But it says here, I'm from Argentina. We know when we use the verb I am, it's to show which country we are from. So I'm going to use here the word but to connect these two sentences. And it's not and, because it's not adding information, it's but, because I live in Spain, but I'm not Spanish. I'm from Argentina. I'm Argentinian. So can you see how that is how we use the first conjunction, but? So again, it's to connect one piece of information with another piece of information. You never start a sentence with but. It's always connecting a sentence. And you can see we've got the subject, verb after it. So our sentences always start with a subject. And then here it ends with a full stop. So if we look at the second example, I'm British. Now, I can't say and Hindi is my first language, because if you're British, English is your first language. So I'm British, but Hindi is my first language. So does that make sense why we need to say but? Because I'm saying, I'm changing the information that I said before. I'm saying I'm British, but it doesn't mean that English is my first language. It doesn't mean that I'm native British, because the person says but is going against what he said before. But Hindi is my first language, not English. Here's another sentence. He's from Germany. Okay, he's from Germany. He works in Russia. So I must say, but he works in Russia. Not and. And would be he's from Germany and he lives in the countryside and he speaks German. So if I'm going to use and, it would mean because I'm continuing this sentence to talk about that he's German. You know, he speaks German. He's married to a German family, to a German girl. But this is different information. But he works in Russia. This is another sentence. My friend is 30. Now, I wouldn't say, but he's single. I'm going to add more information. My friend is 30 and he is single. Okay, we could see that we're giving more information when we use the conjunction and. I live in Spain, but I work in France. Okay, but. She's a student and she's at Oxford Uni. My family is in the countryside, but I'm in the country. So you could see they are in the country, but I don't live there. I'm somewhere else. So that's how we say but. But this information is not true for me because I live in the city. I'm in the city. Okay, so just some more examples with these conjunctions. I live in Adelaide, but I would prefer to live in Holland. Okay, or Paris. So just because I live here, but saying, but I wish I lived somewhere else. I like to eat rice and beans. So I'm adding more information of the same noun. Rice, beans, potatoes, and cucumbers. Okay, so when you say and, they must be in the same category. If it's food, you would say and for the same types of fruit, same types of vegetables, same types of food. I like to eat hot dogs and pasta. I speak Spanish perfectly, but I want to speak English just as perfect. I like pizza and pasta. I like to play Euro truck and football. I have a daughter, but I don't live with her. I like watching sunsets and eating hot chips. I like fruits, but I don't like vegetables. I like to eat, but I don't like putting on weight. I like to run and swim every morning. So you could see that these nouns are in the same category. They are activities, types of ways to exercise. Running, swimming, dancing, playing. I'm here to study, but I have to work a lot. Okay, but I have to work also. I like my mother and my mother-in-law. Okay, so and we can see that these are the same types of noun. What types of noun? Family members, mother, mother-in-law. So when you say and, make sure the nouns before the word and after the word and are the same type of category, the same type of things. I want to travel overseas to work, but I don't have enough money to do that. I have 4 dogs and 2 cats at home. I like to drive my car and bike on long trips. I like to have pets, but I don't have any at the moment. I like to eat salads, but I don't like tomatoes in my salads. Okay, so these words, as I said, they were called conjunctions, and you never start the sentence with and or but. It's always must be in the middle. And you can see that the first part of the sentence has a subject verb, and then after the conjunction, there's also a subject and a verb. Okay? Unless it's when you're saying and, for types of nouns, then you'll have one noun and then you'll have a noun. Okay, so again, we use and when we want to add information. So we're talking about something, but we want to add, and. But we say but because we want to change, something is not true about the sentence that we said before. Like, I live in Spain, but it doesn't mean that I am Spanish. I just live there. Okay, I just work there because I'm Australian. Okay, I live in Spain, but I'm Australian. Okay, so those two words were called conjunctions. Really important, and but, and in the middle of a sentence. Okay, so we want to use this when we talk about someone that we care about. So let's write, think of someone that you care about. It could be your mother, your father, your grandmother. It could be anyone that you want. So tell us about someone you care about. Okay, we want to practice using the conjunctions and but. So let's read some examples before you write yours. So I have here, so someone says, Guillermo is my father. He lives in Colombia and he is 67 years old. So you can see I'm adding information. And he is retired and lives with my mother. Her name is Flor Elba, with whom he has been married for 39 years. We have another one here. Win is my best friend. He is from Japan. Ito and Miki are his two cousins in Japan. They're his father's nephew and niece. My friend Fernando lives in Portugal. My two best friends are Juanata and Felipe. They went to Japan, and Matthias and Favia will stay in Brazil. Okay, so now I want you to write about someone that you care about. So these are just very simple sentences. You can say, when did you meet them? Why are they your best friend? Or why do you really care for them? What's a good thing about them? So have they done something good for you? Why do you really, really care about them? How long have you known them? Okay, so try to write as much detail about one person that you care about so much. Like you really feel a lot of love for them, a lot of, you worry about them, you care about them. Okay, and then we'll come back and read. Okay, so we have my godson's name is Augustin. He is from Chile and he is 3 years old. He is a very friendly and intelligent boy, but he is never quiet. No, the but is only if he's very intelligent and friendly, but sometimes he can make mistakes or sometimes he can be mean. So this is not really how we use but. So but is because you want to say something different about intelligent. You got to stay to the same topic. So this is just he's a very friendly, intelligent. It's just adding information. He's very friendly, intelligent, and is never quiet. It's just adding. You're adding information about him. You're not saying but. He's always playing. Yep, he is always playing and having fun. Augustine loves to play with his toy cars and also with dinosaurs. Good. He has a favorite teddy bear and always takes it with him everywhere. That's very cute. Augustine sometimes watches cartoons, but his mum says it's time for dinner. Good. So this is good when you said but. So Augustine, I wouldn't say sometimes, I'd say loves watching cartoons. Always, but his mum says it's time for dinner. He likes apples and bananas. Good. So using and to add more information about the same noun. So we know apples and bananas, they are fruits. He always wants to go outside and play with his pet, but sometimes it's raining and he can't. Good. So now we have used but correctly because we're saying this is what he likes to do, but he cannot. So if we go back to this first sentence, we cannot say but here. So he is a very friendly and intelligent boy, but you would only say this, he's very friendly and intelligent, but, you know, you have to say something against this one, but sometimes he can be mean, you know, but sometimes he's not friendly. But very good. So thank you for sharing that about your godson, Augustine. And we'll just read this one again for Lucy. So you said Lucy was talking about her sister. So Yang is my younger sister. She lives in Chile and is 32 years old. So that's good because you're adding information. She lives and is 32 years old. She is married and has one son. So again, we're adding information, details about Yang's life. We often video chat and so you're adding another action and send pictures to share our lives with each other. She was always funny when she was young. I miss shopping with her. Okay, so really good. Curly. So Curly says, hi, I'm Curly and I'm a student. I live in Australia, but I'm from China. So we don't want an introduction. We just want to talk about, so I have two good friends in Adelaide, Mia and George, but they don't know each other. Good. Is Mia from class? Yes, that's very nice. So that's good. So he said two names. So you could see when we use and, because it's two of the same things, it's people's names. So I have two good friends in Adelaide, Mia and George. And then I like when you said, but they don't know each other. So you're saying I am friends with them, but they don't know each other. They are not friends. We are all learning English, but every time we go out to eat, we communicate in Mandarin. Good. So we're all learning English, but every time, now we sounds like the three of you, but you said they don't know each other. So I would say, we are all learning English, but each time, because it sounds like we means all of you, but each time I go out with either Mia or George to eat, we communicate in Mandarin. So now this has made it very clear that it's you and Mia or it's you and George, but not we, because we means, yeah, because you said they don't know each other. Yeah. So this is how you make that sentence clear. But each time I go out with either Mia or George to eat, we communicate in Mandarin. Good. I like that. And that's what happens. So it's kind of good to have friends that speak your language, but then you have to practice English. So I know it's, so I like you say that. So you could add, yeah, But that's good. Thank you for telling me about two of your closest friends. So I just took off the introduction because you want to talk straight away about someone, as I said, that is very close, someone that you care about. And these were nice, or just friends. So, you know, you're talking about friends. And you're welcome. Really important, using and but. So we talked about these two conjunctions, and that's what we did. So we talked about and but. Now you know why you have to use them. They're very different words, very different words. Make sure you know when to say and when to say but. Okay, and we did this writing, which was really good to practice speaking using and when we want to add more information about something, someone, or say but because something is different now, you know, but. Okay, so that's all that we had. Really important conjunctions is what we learned. Two important words that connect our sentences, and but. And especially when we talk about someone we care about.